Hey everybody, it's Mae from Black Mountain Plans, and today I'm going to do the long-awaited tutorial to show you how to take one of my printable PDFs and turn it into cut files in either the Cricut software or the Silhouette Studio. So just stay tuned. Okay, so I've already done one tutorial already about how to put the Cricut files onto a backing card on my channel. So if you want to see how to do that, there is a video listed. But for today, we won't be putting them onto a backing card because it's not going to do what we want. And I'll explain as we go along. So what you're going to do is go to my shop and you just click on any listing once you type in Black Mountain Plans, and I just click my name and it redirects me to my shop. Okay. And it says that I gave my own self a coupon. Okay, whatever. Okay, so down here, you're going to want to go to the printable faith section. And in this section, you will see all my scripture writing kits. And you will also see the new Faithdex and verse kits, verses for Fruit of the Spirit. And then this Fruit of the Spirit ephemera. Okay, so what it is the printable version of, if you go over here and click Faith, it is the printable version of this listing for the ephemera pieces, which is 108. Or we can go back and we can click this. It is also the printable version of the Faithdex cards that I also sell physically, where I've already cut them for you. But if you're wanting to purchase the printable to do it yourself, I'll show you how to get it done. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is go back over here, like I said, to the printable faith. And you're going to want to add this to your cart. And we're going to work with both of these today. Okay, so you would add it to your cart. And then I would just go back and go back to this one and just click that and add it to your cart. Okay, so at this point you would just check out and let it process. And what I'm going to do is actually remove these because I don't need to do this. I have these files. But I did purchase in the other video one of my scripture writing kits. So once you have purchased it, you will be able to click the icon for your account and you will be able to click purchases. See what I mean? And your purchase will show up. And in this area, it won't say scripture writing kit. It will say Fruit of the Spirit ephemera, and then also Fruit of the Spirit Faithdex and verses. And you would just click download files. Now, when you go to download files, it'll have an icon in the description of what you purchased, both of those items, and it will have a download link beside of it. You are only downloading a Dropbox link. See, if I click this and we open it up, it's going to open up in Adobe or whatever PDF reader you have on your computer. And all you're going to see is just my logo and this little description that says click the link below, and it's going to take you to your purchase, and that's what you would do. And as you'll see, it's going to take me right to a Dropbox file. And and here is where I would download either Cricut or my free Silhouette software files or the PDF files that aren't cut files for the scripture writing kit. See what I mean? So we're not going to be dealing with that today. I'm not going to go through that whole process because, like I said, I don't need to. I have these files right here on my computer. So what we're going to do is I'll show you what it looks like when you go to the Faithdex. If you were to click that PDF, it will bring you to a folder that shows you only a file of PDFs or a file of Cricut files. And I will explain that one in a moment. And then if you were to purchase the ephemera kit, same thing. You can see their PNGs up here. You'll have a folder for Cricut files and a folder for PDFs. So let me explain what we're going to be doing. First of all, we're going to open up the PDFs. Well, actually, it's easier if you do it this way. Just click this box beside of PDFs and click download. Okay? And then I'm also going to jump back over here. Whoops. Where in the world? Which one am I downloading? I need to download this one as well. Okay. So we're going to get that one going. It just takes a minute, guys. Alrighty now, come on. Alright, now that we've got this, we can see here are all the ephemera sheets in PDF version, okay? If we were to click them, they will open up in Adobe so that we can see each sheet individually. It starts at the last. So here's what page 1 will look like. You'll have all the the clip art. Page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7, and of course page 8. Okay, so I don't need to deal with this right now because like I said, I have these on my computer. So what you're going to want to do is, if you have a silhouette, you're going to want to open up your silhouette software. Oh my gosh, close all tabs and quit. There we go. Okay, so let's just go down for a minute. We don't need any of this. Okay, so I'm going to start silhouette software here. I'm going to hit Silhouette Studio so that we can go ahead and let that program start opening up. As you can see, I've done Cricut as well. But in the meantime, it's not going to let me until it all the way opens up. I have the business edition, so I can do pretty much anything in the business software. I'm sorry, in the Silhouette Studio Business Edition, I can do pretty much anything that I'm wanting to do. I can upload SVGs, PDFs, JPEGs, PNGs, bitmaps, embroidery files, you name it. I can load it up. There is a charge for that. All right, so what I have done is I have been researching before I did this video, and the free version allows you to import JPEGs and PNGs. Now you use PNGs in the Cricut software, but you also need to use the trace elements here, and it says you can use it in the free software. Okay, see, completely free, and this is the edition that I have. You cannot import the PDF into the free version. So there's a couple of ways that we have to do it. The cheapest way to do it is the free way, of course. If you wanted to invest in the designer edition, that is the cheapest one that you would be able to do it, where you would just be able to open up immediately a PDF. So having said that, let me go ahead and show you what we can do. Now, we're going to file open. I'm gonna open the files as if they're completely the free ones that I have. Where I have saved them as I design them is on my desktop, down here in my squirrel for my physical kits. I have Bible journaling. You guys are seeing the back end of my shop here. My Faithdex kits for the spirit. And here we go. As you can see, this is a Dropbox link that I provide you in the listing. Here's my listing photos for when I'm doing them to put them into Etsy. Here are my master files, my PDFs that I save that I put into your listing, and also these little buggers, which are Cricut files. Okay, so this is what is in your folder when you download. You not only have the PDFs in case you don't want to use a cutting machine. Just open the PDFs and print away, my friends. Fussy cut to your heart's content. But if you want to make your cutting machines, whether it be a Cricut or a Silhouette, to work, you're going to want these files called Cricut files. So we're going to just, Silhouette is gorgeous because it lets you open everything all at once, except this PDF if you have the free version. Now, I don't want every page. I want to give you guys a good example of a page that we're going to do. So we're going to grab page 6, page 5 and 6. Got 4 Faithdex cards on this one page, 2 Faithdex cards here, and 4 of my verses. Well, I'm sorry, 3 verses and a title card. So we're going to click open. Now in the free version, you can absolutely open page 5 and page 6. And you see how small these boogers are? If you drag it to the center and you say release the compound path, it's going to do that for you. You're just going to want to highlight that and get rid of it, because you don't want your cutting machine to cut each little word letter for the name of the kit that I provided you, and you don't want to cut my logo. You know what I mean? Now, this is not sized correctly. Faithdex cards that I designed are 4x3. This says it is 2.669 by 2.001. But hang on, guys. This is what we're going to do. If we go to, let's get out of Silhouette for a second. And let's go ahead and open back up my squirrel I had. We're going to go to that file again because this is provided in your download. You will have what you need. And we're going to right here, we're going to Cricut files, even though we're working in Silhouette. And we're going to open this PDF right here that says sizing guide. You see what I see, guys? I took the whole guessing game away for you. Even though it's a printable and it's only $5, I don't want nobody stressing out. I want you to be able to use this printable, have your machines cut it if need be, if that's the way you choose, so that you can jump right into enjoying your time in the Word and Bible journaling. So we are using page 5, and I'm actually going to write these measurements down real quick because I don't want to toggle between screens. And you would also use this sizing in Silhouette. And in Silhouette, you'll just have to do one simple step and you'll be good to go. So let me show you. And you don't have to trace nothing. You don't have to do nothing. You do with other people's files because of the way they were designed. I specifically designed mine this way so that you wouldn't have to trace anything. You'd be able to just get right at it. Okay. So we're going to group these guys together. And we're going to, in the newer software, this is where you are going to change your measurements. Now, sometimes you don't see the measurements here, and it drove me nuts when they updated this a few months ago. If you do not see where you can change the width and height, over here on your sidebar, it looks like funky weights, and it's called the transform panel. You would click that, the angled line, and right there is your width and your height. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and resize this to 6.258 by 8.496, and there we go, my peoples. Now you will see, let's go ahead and get in here so I can show you what I'm about to talk about. You will see that there is a red line around each of the images. That is awesome. It did the tracing for you. And if we unclick it, if we ungroup it, and we just grab one of these Faithdex cards, you will see that it is just at the 4-inch mark and almost 3 inches tall. This is sized correctly. Okay? So, we're going to go ahead. You don't have to really group them back, but I just am. And if you were to hit send, I always cut on line, and you would change the red line to whatever you're wanting to cut. If you want to cut on cardstock, personally, what I use is the cardstock, where is it at? 80 pound. That's what I do. I would click this. I would click cut. And then my machine's not on, so it's not registering my blades. I would click auto blade. I would also come down here and say 2 passes. And I would move the force all the way up to 33. And then I would just send it to my machine. You would print and it would cut. And you'd be good to go. But before you do that, the one thing that you would most likely will need to do is set up your mat. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm using a portrait. And the paper is, the mat is 8x12 and my paper is manual. Okay, media size is going to be auto for letter size. Okay, then I'm going to want to go down here and show the print border and the cut border. So I'm going to just center this in my mat. Okay, I'm going to make sure not to go below the 10-inch line here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is go over here and I'm going to cut on my registration marks. I'm not going to make these smaller or shorter to get the most out of it. I'm just going to say restore defaults, and you'll see how it went down. And I just center my design right in that area. That's it. And if you are touching over here and over here, don't worry about it. Just move it all the way over. Make sure it stays in the red line. It'll still print and cut it. So you have your registration marks on. So when you feed it into your Silhouette machine, it will know where your paper is. And then once it reads your paper correctly, it will cut this out for you. You're good to go. That's all you need to do. So let's do it one more time. Well, really quickly, when you send it, it's going to look like this. It will not cut this big red box for you. That's just saying that your print border is on. It is only going to cut out the outline of what you print and cut. It can't get no easier than that, guys. I took all the work out for you. You can also change this to clear sticker paper if you like. I personally love to cut on clear sticker paper. What I do for that is I do one pass and I hike this booger up for my machine to a force of 29. It will be different for yours. All clear sticker paper are not created equal, my friends. Okay, so we did this and I showed you how easy. So in case I went too fast, let's do it one more time. I'm going to say don't save because I'm not going to be actually cutting it. As you can see, let's go ahead and set it up first from the very beginning. Let's go ahead and cut on our registration marks. Click Restore Defaults. So we got the maximum space here. Okay, I'm using a Portrait 3. We're going to say Auto for that. Or I'm going to say Manual or Auto, whichever one you like. I'm making sure that my print border's on and my cut border's on. Now, I'm going to right-click my image and say Release Compound Path. And here we go. I'm highlighting it and deleting it. I don't want it to cut it. Whoops. Go back. I don't want it to move. Okay? You do want to group it at this point so that you can size it and nothing moved. Undo your padlock. Put your width to 6. Okay, which one was this? 6.258 by 8.496. Enter. It's going to zoom it up to the right size. And there we go. I'm within my red boxes. I'm not touching the registration marks. I'm going to ungroup it to show you that this is now right at 3.9 and this is at 2.9. So it's going to be a nice size for your Faithdex. Go ahead and group it back. And when we send it on over to the Silhouette mat, I always click Line. This says cardstock plain. My cardstock's kind of heavy. I want it on 80 pound. I'm going to say cut. And I'm going to say auto blade. Like I said, I do 2 passes on cardstock. And I always put it up to the max of 33. And at this point, you guys, you would just say send. And it'll go ahead and cut it. If you're wondering what this line is around the image, this gray line, it's where I still have it highlighted. If I unclick it and send it, you'll see that line is gone. Okay? So that is how you would use my printables in Silhouette. Again, we can show you with the ephemera. Let's go ahead and open one of those. So I'm going to get out of the Faithdex Fruit of the Spirit, go back to my master files. I'm going to open up the Cricut files. I am going to hit the sizing guide so that I can know. I don't want to import that. I need to open it up in Adobe, so hang on. I'm going to just let's grab this page with all the pretty images. I'm going to say page 1. You see, it came in with the white background, and that's not what we want. So what we're going to do is first, let's open, here we go. We need to open the sizing guide for the ephemera. And I'm going back exactly where I was just a second ago in Silhouette. I'm hitting this sizing guide. And the measurements of 6.369 by 8.819 is the one I need to worry about at the moment. So I'm going to go back to Silhouette. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the little, it looks like a piece of toast. And this is your trace panel. And this is included excuse me, in the free edition. Okay? You hit trace, and what you're going to do is you're going to highlight the whole thing. And what I do is I turn the threshold up till all the images turn completely yellow. Okay? That's all I do. And I hit trace and detach. Now I'm going to grab the backing and just delete it. I'm going to grab the outline of the paper and delete it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to delete the logo and stuff. And as you can see, these now have a red line around them. You see the red line around the apples and over here on the leaf? It is the same difference, whether you have a white background or a clear background. It is going to do the same thing for you. So, now we're just going to go ahead and group these. And we're going to go ahead and unlock our padlock. We're going to go ahead and size this to 6.369 by 8.819. I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to open up over here my mat. I'm going to make sure it's the way I want it to be. It's showing my print border and my cut border. I'm going to go ahead and turn my registration marks on, restore defaults. I'm going to move my little images down, make sure they're not touching the registration marks, and that they stay within the print and cut border. Now, as you can see, they're very close over here, but like I said, I have been printing and cutting on silhouettes for years, guys, and you can be in this little line right here, and it will still work. But I just try every single time. If I can avoid touching any of the gray lines over here, I definitely do that. Okay, so now we're just going to hit send. Again, I hit line, and then I'm going to change this to heavy cardstock. I'm going to say cut. I'm going to say auto blade. I'm going to say 2 passes and put it all the way up to 33. And that's for when I cut on cardstock. Again, there's a gray box around my images. It just means they're still highlighted. If I click away, the box is gone, and you can see here on the mat it is gone as well. You would just hit send, and you would be able to print and cut every single page of your ephemera. I'm sorry guys, pollen is killing me. So that is how you would use my printables inside of Silhouette. So that's how you would do it in the free version in Silhouette with my software. We're going to use the same measurements again in Cricut, and I'm going to show you what it looks like for both of those files in there with a clear background or a white background. It just depends on how I did it when I designed it. But no worries, if it has a white background, we can take care of that all inside of Cricut. What's going on here? Oh, they're going to be doing maintenance later. Okay, that's all good. We're going to open up our Cricut software, and we're going to be using with that same file, the Cricut files. We're going to say new project. And I always change my mat, with the blank canvas, to just a color. I just like to see my background. I like to make sure that when I erase white, there is no white when it goes in. Okay, I didn't want my stuff, my fault. Go back. Okay, so now we just go over here onto the left and we click upload, and we're going to say upload image. We're going to browse, and we're going to go back to those same files. It's down here in the squirrel, and I'm going to hit Bible journaling, and I'm going to hit faith printables. I'm going to open up my Fruit of the Spirit Faithdex and my ephemera. We can go ahead and start with the Faithdex. We're going to use page 5 and 6. Cricut only allows you to do one at a time, so bear with me, guys. I'm going to hit complex, continue, and as you can see, there is no white background, which is amazing, but my logo and the name of the kit is here, and I don't want Cricut to cut that. Also, I need to get rid of it because the sizing guide I gave you is only for what your cutting machine needs to cut, not the name of the kit and my logo. So we're going to come over here and we're going to hit the erase, and I need that booger big. So I'm going to go up to about 70, and you'll see my circle's just a nice size, and I'm just going to swoosh over it, get rid of the name of the kit and my logo. I don't want it. Make sure you get it all. but don't touch your images. Okay, click off, and then just hit apply and continue. And now you'll see your print and cut image and your cut image. This right here will let you know that you got rid of the title of the kit and my logo completely. So hit print then cut image and say upload. All right. Now we're going to upload page 6, just like we did in Silhouette. So we're just going to upload that image. We're going to say complex, continue. Again, we're going to get rid of this. So we're going to hit erase. Just move that dial on up. Good enough. Get rid of the name of the kit. Get rid of the logo. And continue. And you can see I got rid of it. Click the print then cut image and upload. So let's go ahead and get a sheet of the ephemera. We're going to get page 1 in the ephemera kit. And that way we can load all of this into the mat and I can show you just how easy it is for here. Alright, so let's say upload, browse. Let's go out of this one, back to Fruit of the Spirit, my master files. Click in ephemera, click in Cricut files. And I'm just going to click page 1. I'm going to say continue, and as you can see, it's already different, right? We got a white background. No worries, my friends, I got you on this. Hit continue. Now, we're just going to go right here, guys. Look. Remove background. Look at this. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to get rid of it for you. All right. If it'll stop thinking. Look at that. It took it away. It took the background, all of it away. Just say apply and continue. Look at that. Logo's gone. Everything. It's gorgeous. Okay? So, now we just hit print and cut image and upload. It was nice, right? How easy can it get? How easy can it get? Let's do one more image. I'm not going to actually show you how you would cut this one because I didn't write the sizes down. But we're going to open it up and you see it's like this. Okay, I know you're nervous because you see all the words, but I took care of it. Don't worry. Hit continue. Now there's another way to do this. We can hit select right here. We can tap the white and the white is gone. But that is not what you want to do when you see quotes. So we're going to say back. Okay, we're going to say complex, continue. We're going to say remove background. Ooh, that was ugly. Restore. Restore. Okay, we're going to up our brush and we're going to do like this. Actually, I did that way too much. Let's go back. Okay, complex, continue. When you have a quote, if you remove the background, it takes the white background that I put behind this to turn it into basically a die cut for you. So what you want to do is hit select. Yeah, no, sorry. You want to hit remove background. That's my fault. You want to hit remove background. Okay, now you see it made it really ugly right there. So we're going to say, quick and easy way to remove background. No, we're going to say restore, and we're going to bring up our brush. I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't even think how I wanted to say it. And I start right at the word but, and basically you want to draw your own little background around this. See how it's putting all of that verse back in for you? And make sure you color it in. And look, it's all coming back for you. Now, you only have to do this when it is scripts. And it's a printable file like this. You will not need to do any of this for the scripture writing kits. They're already sized, ready to rock and roll for you. This is just if you're wanting to take these PDF files and turn them into something that will work on your cut files. So I'm thinking that looks pretty good. I've got me a nice little, background going on. You can make it whatever shape you like, but I like that. So we're done. We're just going to say apply and continue. And you can see it put this behind there, so it's not going to cut out every single word. And then you would just hit print, then cut image. Okay? Like I said, we're not going to actually cut this one. I didn't write down the sizing. So I'm just going to click delete on that. But I showed you how to take care of it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click these three that we're working with, and we're going to say add to canvas. This is why I like a colored background. All right, as you can see, Cricut's kind of mean. Brings them in really big, and that's not what we want. So we're going to click page 5, and you know it's page 5 because it's highlighted over here. Undo your padlock, and we're going to put in those magic numbers. We're going to say 6.258 by 8.496. And there is our first page. This one is page 6. We're going to put in the magic numbers for there. 6.377 by 8.711. And then in the ephemera kit, this was page 1. And the sizing for that was 6.369 by 8.819. And there we go. And at this point, guys, they can be overlapping. They can be stacked on top of each other. It just doesn't matter. Because when you hit the word make it, it's going to show you what it's going to do in the mat. Now, this is new. These registration marks are new. They're part of the new update for Cricut. So when you see these, if you hadn't seen this before, don't freak out. It's the new way that it looks at the moment. It's no longer a big black box. It's these triangles right here. So it's showing you how it's in each page. And it's okay. It's not cutting this red line. For some reason, that just shows. If you click away from it, it doesn't show. It's something with the new update. And then at this point, you would just say continue. You would hit what machine you're working with. You'd say send to printer. I don't put a bleed on mine. And you'd say print. I'd say already printed because my machine is not on. Let me cut this machine on so it'll do what I want. Okay, so once your machine is on and the Wi-Fi connects to it, you will be given options to set your cutting, what am I trying to say? Your cutting materials up to either heavy cardstock, medium cardstock, vellum, clear sticker paper, white sticker paper. I just usually say clear sticker paper. With my clear sticker paper, I like to say more pressure. And for ephemera, I do not press go in the fast mode. It's very intricate, those designs are. It goes through some very tight corners when it's cutting it. Ugh, it's not going to let me show you. Yeah, I'm going to cancel it. See the little edges that come all the way out? It's very, very detailed. So I don't ask it to cut in fast mode. I let it cut in the normal amount of time. So if this is overwhelming for you, the only other option I have is there are a lot of my customers who do not want to do print and cut. They don't want to have to deal with setting this up and manipulating anything into software. They would rather already have it. And in those situations, guys, you would just, you know, go under, oh my gosh, I'm trying to show my shop. You would go into the Faith section. I am in the wrong shop, aren't I? Yeah, I am. But what you would do is you would go into my shop and you would, actually, let's just do it because I can do it from here in the wrong shop. I'm in my printable shop. I'm so sorry. Black Mountain, come on, red. Black Mountain plants. And you would click the physical. I just click anything. Because what I'm wanting to do is I'm going to show you that you go down to the Faith section and you could either purchase the die cut ephemera where I cut it for you or the Faithdex kits where I cut it for you. So these are already done for you in the physical, and in the printable Faith, these files are already done for you. It's a digital download and you get the PDFs in case you want to fussy cut them for some reason. And then you also get the free silhouette cut files and the PNGs for the Cricut, as well as the sizing guide. So this was the tutorial. I hope that helped. I know it was a lot to take in, but I tried to design these the easiest way I could so that you wouldn't have to purchase any additional upgrades to your Silhouette software. The free edition is completely free to download, and you don't even have to have any of the other upgrades to be able to do this. So until I see you guys on the next one, you have a good night. All right, bye.